A struggling waitress asks the billionaire CEO, "Sir, why is my mother's picture in your wallet?" A chance encounter. Mia was exhausted. Another double shift at the diner on 5th, barely enough tips to cover her rent, and a lingering worry about her sick mother weighed heavily on her mind. The cafe was nearly empty except for a few late-night customers, but then he walked in, the man everyone in New York knew. Ethan Carter. Billionaire. CEO of Carter Enterprises. A name synonymous with power and wealth. He didn't belong here, among greasy countertops and tired waitresses, yet here he was, alone in a booth, staring at an old, worn photograph in his hand. Mia hesitated before approaching. "Good evening, sir. Can I get you something?" Ethan looked up, surprised, as if waking from a memory. He quickly slid the photo back into his wallet. "Coffee. Black." Mia nodded, but as she turned to leave, something caught her eye. The corner of that photograph. "I know that picture." Her heart pounded. It couldn't be. But when he took out his wallet again to pay, she saw it clearly, a faded image of her mother. She gasped. "Sir, why do you have my mother's picture in your wallet?" A secret from the past. Ethan froze, his fingers tightening around the leather. His piercing blue eyes searched hers, and something shifted in his expression, shock, recognition, and sorrow. "What did you say?" His voice was quiet, almost reverent. Mia took a step closer, pointing at the wallet still in his hands. "That picture, where did you get it?" "That's my mother." Ethan let out a shaky breath, then, slowly, he slid the photo from its sleeve and placed it on the table. Mia picked it up, her fingers trembling. It was an old photo, from long before she was born, but there was no doubt. It was her mother, smiling, young, full of life. "I knew her," Ethan finally said. "A long time ago." Mia's throat tightened. "How?" He hesitated, then gestured for her to sit. "Your mother saved my life. A debt of gratitude." Ethan's voice softened as he began his story. 30 years ago, I wasn't a CEO. I was just a homeless kid on the streets. My parents had died, and I had nothing, no money, no future. I was starving, cold, and ready to give up. Then, one night, I collapsed outside a small bakery. A woman found me. He exhaled, a small smile tugging at his lips. "Your mother." Mia felt her eyes burn with unshed tears. "She brought me inside, gave me food, and let me sleep in the back of her shop. I told her I had nowhere to go, no family. She didn't judge me. She just said, everyone deserves a second chance." He looked away, his voice thick with emotion. "She gave me my first job, washing dishes. With her kindness, I saved enough to put myself through school. Everything I have today started because of her." Mia clutched the photograph to her chest. Her mother had never told her this. She had always been a giving woman, always struggling but never turning away someone in need. "But why keep the picture?" Mia whispered. Ethan smiled sadly. "Because she was the first person who believed in me. She saw worth in me when I saw none in myself. I keep this photo as a reminder, to never forget where I came from and to always help those who need it." A full circle moment. Mia wiped a tear from her cheek. "She's sick now," she confessed. "Medical bills are piling up. I'm working double shifts just to keep us afloat." Ethan's gaze softened. Then, without hesitation, he pulled out a checkbook. "Tell me how much you need." Mia's eyes widened. I can't take your money." "You're not taking it," Ethan said firmly. "I'm repaying a debt." He handed her a signed check, the amount making her breath hitch. "Your mother changed my life. Let me help change yours." Tears streamed down Mia's face. "Thank you," she whispered. Ethan reached out, gently squeezing her hand. No, Mia. Thank her. A legacy of kindness. That night, as Mia walked home, she felt something new, hope. Her mother's kindness, given so selflessly decades ago, had come full circle. The next morning, as she sat by her mother's bedside, she told her everything. The older woman smiled weakly, her eyes twinkling. Kindness always finds its way back to you, she murmured. And for the first time in a long time, Mia believed it. Final message. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can change a life in ways we never imagine. We may not always see the ripples of our good deeds, but they have a way of returning when we need them most. Be kind. Because kindness never truly disappears, it only comes back, stronger than ever.